What's funny about this to you?
What's funny is that I'm just realizing how seriously I've been taking everything. It's just funny, even being in this session and laughing, because I thought, oh, Kayla, you're gonna cry, you're gonna be this emotional wreck, but I actually get to find the humor and the seriousness that shows up in life, relationships, business, and it just doesn't have to be that way.
Is there any place where this laughter is feeling tough to reach?
I almost feel like it's tougher to reach my mind. Can notice a protective part that is afraid to have fun.
Why would the mind be afraid to have fun?
Because there is a belief that if they stop figuring things out, doing the next thing, achieving things, that everything will stop.
When your mind is protecting you, what's the rest of you doing?
I'm following along, doing what I should be doing. It runs the show.
Oh, the mind is trying to figure things out and doing its job, but what is it really protecting you from?
Well, nothing if the things are not happening. The point was to protect me so that those things don't happen, but they're happening. It's not really doing anything. It's just wasting time.
Explore that for a moment.
I literally have this visualization of laughter sitting on the bench, being like, I told you so, Kayla. Oh, that's funny. Literally sitting on a bench like a sassy little conniving shit. Just like, there it is. There's nothing there, Kayla. Oh, good.
What do you notice about the mind when you let laughter come online?
It's almost like they've been exposed, but they're not angry. It's just like they were like a fucking ostrich with their head on the ground, didn't see. Like it was just being stuck like a broken record, doing what they thought they were supposed to be doing.
What else does laughter find so funny about this?
I think it's just so funny how simple it can be. Like there was this battle between laughter and the mind and needing to figure shit out. It was like two worlds had been created, and it was just so fascinating to see. Like I said earlier, that laughter had nothing to prove because she could just see things so clearly. The protector was just like this dark, heavy, industrial, gray factory of just producing shit over and over again for no real purpose.
Does the mind want a new job?
The visualization that I have is quite literally to just sit on one of those like really shitty Tommy Bahama beach chairs on the beach, drinking a pina colada. And that's it. Like they're done. Retirement. That's it. Literally retirement.
Great. Tell me about what changes around the belief that action equals receiving money.
This concept of what if the currency is not action, but it's how much fun you can have, and allowing that to be the conduit for receiving and giving simultaneously, being of service, collaborating, prosperity in that lens, having fun in the process, not just being a channel of transaction. Like I've done this thing, I know this thing, money, here you go, here's more. It can be a more collaborative, co-creative experience. It can be with laughter and not so serious.
How silly is it that people spend their time in these old ways of thinking?
What I'm hearing is that sometimes you just need to be shown the door to know that there's a choice. But I couldn't be shown the door from a serious lens, or it would have been coming from the protector. So that's why laughter showed up, and it's just like, I don't have to prove anything. Just wait for it. And that's exactly what happened.
Great. And waiting for it feels safe.
Yeah.
So, what does this new belief feel like? Fun, is the new currency of my life and business.
I really like that. It's a good check-in point. Am I having fun right now?
And being in this space of the energy of retirement, how easy is it to receive?
It is all about receiving. But I think that from a societal lens, that retirement is like, oh, you have to put in all this hard work and then you get to retire when you're 60. And then that's when you start living your life. And it was like this part of me got an early retirement because we all realize the simplicity and the humor in the seriousness of living life. And it doesn't have to be like that. That doesn't just stop when you turn 60. The choice is always there. And that's why laughter's laughing.
Joke's on us. What changes in your business when you have the currency of fun?
I'll get to rest more, and the way that I share things can be more lighthearted rather than super intense or super deep or revolutionary. Like, it can be simple and still be magnetic, which I really love.
It sounds like this new belief is when you have more fun, you're more magnetic.
Yes.
So when I say the old belief, the more I effort, the more I receive money. How does that feel or sound now when I say it?
It sounds and feels just stale and small, unconvincing. I just see it fading away in my mind. I feel like the protected part on the beach just asked for an extra shot in their pina colada when we tried to think about that. Yep.
Welcome back.
I was so surprised to have such a humorous experience. I think I always thought that hypnosis or healing again had to be like serious, like, oh, getting into the weeds, you know? And so it was just really funny for me to be laughing. It was really good. I really loved that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So funny that Kayla, I was there and I was like, it was like being in it was like that part of me was in a mirror house, like, a mirror room. And you're like, I'm gonna fucking figure this mystery out, and then walks around the corner and like sees themselves in the mirror. It was just so simple. Like, what do they protect me from, Kayla? Nothing. It was just like literally a bubble bursted in that moment. But it was so funny. That was just really unexpected for me today. Like, I thought I was going to be like emotional and crying and all these things, but it was just a very different. I was like crying. I was like crying because I'm fucking laughing, which is great. I do feel like the laughter part is very closely connected to like myself, though. Like, I do see just myself being that way.
Because it is you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of the parts of the many parts that make you up.
So fascinating. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find, and naturally, like, you can sit with your parts. I've done it in meditation, but it's not the same as, let's say, having you ask me questions, right? And then having something external that's kind of guiding the conversation, like that really makes a difference. But that's great, because then it just means that we have a need for this work, and like hypnotherapy is obviously an amazing tool.
Yes. I'm so happy for you. I feel like you're really going to notice how to bring humor into even your teachings and stuff like that.
I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for today's session. Just the fact that my core wound in human design has a 3-line, and the 3-line has the undertone of shame, and the medicine for that is humor. So humor is how I'm going to alchemize the shame that I feel about my core wound. My core wound has to do with forcing things. But then the gift is strength, and then the city, the highest expression, is majesty. So it's like, how can you have humor and just have strength through it all? rather than needing to force things. And also the 34 is found in the sacral center, which is all about creative energy and doing things and building things. So it's interesting how this session essentially spoke to my core wound in human design and the Gene Keys.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Love the shit. So good. I literally saw in your stories the other day that you said that healing, or you said something along the lines of like healing or processing doesn't have to be hard, or doesn't always have to be heavy or daunting, or you're saying something about shadow work. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did say that. I said shadow work doesn't have to just be disempowering emotions.
Because I feel like me accessing laughter is not disempowering, and it's but the thing is I was not spiritually bypassing myself, because I think that some people can think that those positive emotions are a way to spiritual bypass, and they're not. Let's say, for example, manifestation.
Yeah, you're like using a resource that you have. I
Yeah.
mean, I could
Yeah,
feel it because I was here.
I was just gonna say, like, as an example with, like, let's say the traditional manifestation where it's like, just feel what it's like to have the thing, and positive vibes and high vibes and all this, but then maybe your nervous system is like completely dysregulated because you have like thousands and thousands of dollars of debt, you don't know how you're going to pay rent, and you're like spiritually bypassing with positive emotions. But in this situation, what I'm saying is that it was a very collaborative between that protector and the laughter parts, right? So it wasn't bypassing. I think it was a really good example that I laughed my way into healing, but it it was constructive.